Chances are, you've probably been swimming breaststroke wrong. Let's fix it. Breaststroke is very normally considered the weakest stroke for many swimmers, even at the highest level, and this is because it is arguably the most technical and difficult stroke out of the four. The first major issue people face when swimming breaststroke is the timing of the kick, pull and glide phases. I see many swimmers kicking at the same time as they pull, but this is very wrong. By doing both at the same time, you don't generate any propulsion and instead cause a lot of drag, meaning that you won't move very quickly or efficiently. You need to treat these components as three separate things that should be performed one after the other, never at the same time. Many coaches tell their swimmers to swim breaststroke in this order: pull, kick, glide. But they're forgetting a very important piece of the puzzle. I call it the shoot phase of breaststroke, and you do this immediately after the pull. Once your hands have come out of the water, you need to shoot them forwards as quickly as possible to get into a tight streamline. Here is a breakdown of the three key parts of breaststroke. The key to a fast breaststroke pull requires an effective outsweep. A perfect example of an efficient pull is demonstrated by none other than world record holder Adam Peaty. Watch how fluid his arm movement is. He has an extremely wide pull, which maximises the amount of water he is able to catch. Peaty moves his arms in a circular motion, and his forearms are almost fully straight. Next, pay attention to his hands. At the beginning of each cycle, he presses his hands away from his body, which helps a lot with propulsion. Having a good breaststroke pull is only effective if you time it correctly with the kick. Now watch Peaty in this clip and see how he separates the kick from the pull. He only begins bending his knees once he's about to shoot his arms forward. Separating the kick from the pull like this allows for maximal propulsion if you time it right. Now most swimmers generate 60 to 70% of their propulsion from the kick phase in breaststroke. A common mistake swimmers make with their kick is that they open their knees either too wide or they open them too soon. Both of these are incorrect. In fact, you need to do the complete opposite and always keep your knees close together throughout the kick and do it quickly as well. For a great kick technique, remember that you can bend your knees but don't open them too much. It is vital in breaststroke to have loose hip flexor muscles, as these enable the best breaststroke swimmers to have a rapid, snappy kick. Having flexible ankles will also help you get more propulsion out of your kick. Throughout the kick cycle in breaststroke, your ankles are moving in circles. You can increase your ankle flexibility at home via some basic exercises. Having a fast breath in breaststroke helps increase your stroke rate and reduce drag. The slowest part of the whole breaststroke cycle happens when your upper body comes out of the water to breathe. You must spend as little time as possible during the slowest part of the stroke, and you do this by taking very quick breaths and aggressively slamming your head into the water. The aggression will also lead to more kinetic energy transfer, allowing you to move faster. So remember, only spend a fraction of a second with your head above the water. Bring it down as quickly as possible. If you only take one thing away from this video, let it be this. The most important part of a fast breaststroke is having high hips. Unfortunately, this is probably the most difficult thing to do correctly. Keeping your hips high on the surface isn't too hard when you're not pulling or kicking. During the glide phase, it's as simple as pushing your chest down towards the floor in order to raise the hips. But when you're taking your fast breath, you need to make sure your hips don't sink as well. Having a strong core is the key to having high hips. Your core muscles are the ones that lift your upper body out of the water to take the fast breath. When swimming breaststroke, make sure your core is engaged 100% of the time by squeezing those muscles. Your spine also needs to be flexible to maintain high hips. If you're not able to bend your lower spine during breaststroke, your hips will just sink. Practice your spine flexibility at home with the Cobra stretch. You will need to be good at this stretch first, before you start applying your skills in the water. Finally, if you really want to take your breaststroke to the next level, always remember to point your toes straight back after you execute the kick. As with all strokes, this small tip helps go a long way if you want to reduce drag by a whole 9%. I hope this video helps you turn your weakest stroke into one of your strengths. Go ahead and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and check out some of my other stuff if you want to get the most out of your swimming. Happy New Year to you all, but for now, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!